physics and stuff are consistent.
Yeah.
Game.
Alright, well, you are now on.
Done.
Okay, yeah.
2. Go. Hello. Videos to be doing 3 and what you're gonna see, the game is gonna be pretty crazy of and kind of stuff. Missions. Second half of the game is missions, but the second half of the game is going to be more straightforward, just doing missions as fast as possible. So get used to switching the camera. I think there's going to be a constant question as to why I'm switching the camera. It's just the despawn traffic in front of me. Because, yep, I wasn't doing it quite right there. So I'm going to break up the door here so I can get out of the car quicker. At the start I've buffered getting out of the car by pressing F as I was driving off, and by doing that I can just basically get out of the car immediately when I hit the marker and tap escape. Because inputs carry over, like at least like entering and exiting the car, input carries over. So now I'm gonna do the first mission. It's going to be fairly straightforward, just like pretty easy missions at the start. We're gonna like start doing things a little bit differently than normal at the third mission, I think, something like that. What happened? What's the?
I know everyone's saying F.
Yeah, F. I don't know.
Fine.
Okay, and maybe they mean fine. Yeah, F for fine. Yeah.
We're not dropping anything.
Yeah, I'm not dropping any frames, so I don't know.
I'm not either. I don't understand. I don't understand why we're offline.
I guess
not offline.
Yeah,
press the fray button.
What? Well, anyways, I'm going to be saving a replay here that I'm going to be using later. I need the taxi as well to rampage started. So
Can only assume that was an issue with Twitch because half of the people said.
yeah, I guess I don't know.
Oh no, apparently it's because OC said about saying F and we just shit ourselves.
Oh.
I actually fucking debated, dude.
Got him.
So
Wow.
delayed, yeah.
Yeah, we're 20 seconds ahead, so you guys saying that, like, the joke had already been way gone by that point, that's why we didn't pick up on it.
Yeah, it's just yeah. This meme should not exist. The F meme because it's confusing. All right.
I've just sat here, just like everything's fine, and then all of a sudden.
So you've seen me like tap escape when I'm hitting the markers. That makes it so that I can, if like the mission ends with a marker that you can park into with the car, or like there's just a marker that you can park your car with to advance, you can just basically tap escape, and then the way GTA 3 works is if you press escape, the game pauses and every car's velocity goes down to 0. So the game like thinks that you've actually stopped your car in the marker, even though you have not. So it's just gonna immediately park your car for you, and that's way quicker than stopping and braking and stuff. And like normally in runs I would be holding caps lock here, but for a marathon I'm not gonna do that because we call it the Vegito strat because we have really good, we can always come up with really good names for strategy. This is basically just holding caps lock throughout this mission, with the taxi side mission to immediately rampage started after we're done with this mission.
It's better than Vice City, dude. They just call it Papega and then insert the name of the strat. It's so dumb.
I mean, we have stuff like new Arito, reverse Dodo Sam. So like, yeah, we can come up with great names, that's for sure. So the reason I'm not doing that is because we need to get a police car at the start, and it's very unlikely that we're gonna get it during a marathon, so I'm just gonna casually stroll over to the police station and try to grab one of them. We needed to insta-pass later on, and I'm not really going to go into extra detail about what insta-passing is. If you really want to know what it is, then hit up Powdernet, I suppose. or else if I start explaining, he's just gonna shout at me because I would not be able to explain it properly. But what you need to do, what you need to know is that we're basically gonna starting specific side missions along with missions, just basically executes some kind of code that basically finishes off the mission for us. That's the insta passing, and we're going to be doing that. I could have taken a couple pistols there. I don't know. I'm actually gonna take this guy's pistol, so I'm gonna be needing it later. I need a pistol for a mission later on, Chunkily Chong, to make it a little bit faster. I mean, if it's not a big deal if you don't have it. You could just use the shotgun, but the problem is you have to go a little bit closer to him, so it takes a bit more time, but it's fine. So we got a pistol, we got a police car, we got everything. I'm gonna get out the car here, because if you don't, then Misty is gonna walk towards you. But if you're on foot, she's gonna run, so that's much more convenient. I need enough time on the rampage timer so that I can go and save a replay during this mission, because we're gonna need another rampage later on. So it's kind of monk-ass here, but I think I should have enough time. Just gonna go into the corner here, save a replay, and go off. Yeah, we got enough time, it's fine. So basically you just gotta, like, the start of the run is really time sensitive. You've gotta be pretty much almost perfect with everything you do, and also really lucky. So that's why exactly I did not use the holding caps lock strat, because we can never know if we're gonna get a police car or not. So, like, if you get like kind of a late police car, you really gotta haul ass, because if you're not gonna make it, then it's over. You gotta reset. So here I've basically just activated Vigilante as the timer was running out. The timer ran out, and then Vigilante became on mission flag 0, and that with the mission combined just insta-passed it, so we can go on to the next mission. And this is where I'm going to be using the pistol. Oops, I killed a cop. Oh, okay, we're fine. I didn't get a star. I mean, it's not a huge deal unless like there's a cop right next to me. So the reason we need the police car was not only the insta passing, but also we're going to be using the shotgun that the police car gives you. Like, if you get into a police car, you get a shotgun with 5 shells. And we're going to be blowing up this car right in front of this van instead of, you know, ramming it. Like, originally you would have to ram it, but here we're just gonna shoot the cop car right in front of it. It's gonna blow up and damage it just enough so that the drivers get out, and then you can drive off. Like, the best reference I have for it really is just like park the police car 1 car width in front of it. So like, look at how wide the police car is and just try to nudge it in front of it just by that much. It always works for me. Yeah, I'm gonna push the taxi a little bit so I can get into it quicker. As you can see, the taxi is still here because the game can actually store up to, I think, 3 vehicles. And it just so happens to be, you know, enough cars stacked up in memory that we still get the we still keep the taxi. We didn't get into too many other cars. So here I'm gonna rampage start taxi again. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna start it a little bit later, just because, you know, if something horrible happens, we're not gonna lose it here. So after this mission comes probably the hardest part in terms of RNG, because I'm going to have to do a quick succession of 3 mega jumps. Now, mega jumping is how do I explain it? So basically your momentum gets stored somehow when you jump and tap replays. So it's just some kind of magic. It works out to be an incredibly huge jump, but you got to be careful because you're going to if you're just jumping on a flat plane, it's gonna kill you, so you gotta be careful with that. You can like crash into buildings and such to avoid that, But you have to know how far away it is. Like if it's like too far, you're gonna end up getting killed. If it's too close, you're still gonna risk getting killed there. So there's like only very specific places where you can use mega jumps, unless you are, you know, the proud inventor of the ultimate immortal mega jump glitch, in which case you can just do it anywhere, anytime you want, unless, you know, you fall into the water, then you're basically screwed.
Shoutouts to Soas.
Yeah,
Legend.
Is it Soars or Soarsi? I don't know, I just call him Soarsi. I don't know.
Either works.
So conveniently the timer is just going to run out here, and I'll be able to pick up the mission twice using the rampage. So I'm on mission flag 0 right now, so the game thinks I'm not on a mission, but the rampage is still running. But now the rampage is going to run out, and that's going to put me on mission flag 0 again, so the mission is running twice. And by death warping here, I make it so that on this mission you'd have to destroy 3 vans, but now there are 6 vans spawned, and you fail one of the instances. That means that the other instance will actually complete, because the mission fail state clears up the assets, and it clears up the rest of the 3 vans as well, and that just completes the mission immediately. It just so happens to be very convenient like that. I'm really hoping to get a taxi here, because if I don't, then that's a problem. Okay. Guess I'm gonna go for the oh, wait, there. Oh shit, I just despawned it. I need to get a taxi here. Okay, oh, there we go. Perfect. Hopefully my parking might cause issues here. That's, yeah, okay, hang on. I'm gonna have to fix that, sorry. Like, this ambulance might be in the way. I don't want it to be. Alright, I never really park it here, so, you know, just gotta be careful. So here I'm going to have to be doing... Oh, I didn't break up the door, but that's fine. So, I'm gonna get out, get back in, just so that it doesn't despawn for sure. Rampage started, and now I'm gonna have to do 3 mega jumps, which is kind of RNG dependent, because I can get really unlucky, and pedestrians can spawn in my way like that. Okay, first one is done. This is really monk-ass here. I was spamming F3, F1 here because I wanted the fire truck to spawn. Like, if you have to like spam it for the fire truck to spawn, and it just happened to spawn, so we're good. The hardest part is done. I still gotta make it in time. I'm gonna park it in a way that I can just quickly get back in and drive off. So here I'm going to press right mouse button, so it's basically FPS mode, but it's kind of useless. But here it's kind of useful a little bit, because it's gonna recenter my camera. Gonna catch that, like, make that van catch on fire. Alright, I got all of them. Get back into the fire truck, and I should have ample time to get back. And so next step is gonna be so basically I'm gonna finish the mission, get back into the fire truck, activate the fire truck side mission, get into the mission, cancel fire truck side mission. You have to do that, because if you don't, then the game will crash. So gonna finish it. Fire truck. So previously you saw the vigilante side mission insta-passing the mission My Clip's Last Lunch. Now we're gonna insta-pass Salvatore called a meeting with taxi. So basically the same principle, just like letting it run out while I'm holding the side mission. So like the rampage basically made the side mission flag 0, and then it combined with the mission, it basically insta-passes. So we're right here already driving Maria to the club. So on this mission, oh, it's a jam right now. It's the best song on Rise FM. So you have to despawn the stretch. Now, the reason that there's a fire truck there, I use the fire truck is, well, I need it because, for one, you have to, run firefighter to make make the mission not crash. So the way it works is you load all the assets for the mission and then cancel it with the fire truck side mission. But the problem is, if you don't do that, then the assets are not preloaded, and then it will just crash. So that's why we have to do it. And I'm also going to use the fire truck later on to rampage start a grenade rampage, and then actually complete it with it, because it's pretty cool. If you keep turning the fire truck side mission on and off, you're going to basically essentially blow up cars in the distance, and it's going to count towards your rampage counter. And then I'll be able to just finish almost finish the rampage, and then just dupe the mission. So that's really convenient. Uh-oh, Maria's walking towards me. I don't like that when it happens, but yeah. She kind of turned around, changed her mind. So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna punch this mafia dude, because I don't like him. But they don't like me either, because they're shooting at me. So the idea is, if you aggravate someone, like an NPC, and block your driver's side door. So basically, they're gonna try to hunt you down, but your driver's side door is blocked, so they can't. And that makes it so that the vehicle you're driving despawns later on after the mission. And I need that because I'll have to get into a taxi. And if I get into the taxi, it's gonna despawn the fire truck. And we need the fire truck for the rampage. So it's kind of, like I said, it's kind of complicated, but once you wrap your head around it, it all makes sense. So like all these steps are necessary to completing the full Portland experience. We really love Portland.
It's just like a priority list of vehicles.
Yes.
And you need to make sure that the fire truck stays within that list, whereas otherwise it would get booted off for the limo.
Yes, exactly.
Taxi.
Here I'm not despawning traffic because there's a lore that if you don't despawn traffic during this mission, you get less police car spawns. Don't know how true that is. Gonna wait out this cutscene and skip it when Maria starts talking. That way we save about a second or so. Wasn't fully optimal, but that's alright. So here I'm gonna walk down the stairs and come back because you could see the taxi spawn in the background. If you don't do this, the taxi doesn't spawn, so mega jumping here won't work. You won't have the taxi. So gonna go and save a replay over the rampage that I'm going to be using later on to dupe Trides and Tribulations. For that I have to drive up here. There's a pretty good reference point for it. Basically there's like a break here in the L train tracks, and then you just save a replay right in the middle, and then there's your grenade rampage. So it's not really out in nowhere. You can actually have reference points. Reference points are really good for speedrunning, obviously, because you can be what's the word? Consistent. So this
I know a lot of runners make a walking replay anyway, just to be safe, but
yeah, of rampages and all kinds of pickups is actually pretty big, so it's not necessary unless you really know where it is. Like if you're not quite sure about your location or where the rampage is, then you should definitely walk around a little bit to make sure. So what you saw there, I think that's actually a Rydog strat. Rydog,
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Somehow.
He was, I think he was like just spamming all kinds of keys during this mission, and he made Curly Bob run, and we were like, what the heck is that? So it turns out if you like press your F1 key twice, that's the replay, during Curly Bob's like turning animation, when he's like turning towards the taxi, he starts running. Because normally he starts walking there, but I think he just like continues to run. So yeah, shout outs to Riley. So we're gonna...
Yeah, in this route, that only saves like a couple of seconds, but it actually makes one of the other routes like possible. the blowfish it's to pass race route isn't possible without that. Or maybe it is, but it's like way harder to do.
So what you just saw there is what I explained. I Rampage started the fire truck missions and just basically turned it on and off until I got enough vehicles blown up, and now I just blow it up as well, and we're off to the next mission, Blowfish. Normally, like in the old run, we used to insta-pass Blowfish, but it was very inconsistent because there was a really weird thing with cameras on a specific mission. If you remember Crash Cam, we don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to this.
Yeah, it's like one of the most bizarre like issues I've ever seen in GTA, where like you would crash on a certain mission because of a camera angle that you got during a cutscene 5 missions ago. Like, I don't think there's anything of that caliber anymore, like in terms of just weird.
I don't even know how they figured it out.
I remember Nick posting about it on the forums, but yeah, how he figured it out, I have no idea.
But yeah, like out of 4 camera angles, 1 crashes the game. It's just like, why?
I imagine it was like a specific crash address, which he then looked up and saw what was causing it, and
Yeah, it could
like
be.
cross-referenced it to the mission, I guess. You'd have to ask him.
Oh, what the hell? I'm getting some really bad traffic here. I gotta be careful now, because we don't have a damage meter for the truck. Oh boy, nice.
Yeah, rain certainly doesn't help you getting on the inclines.
Alright, so just gotta be a bit careful here to not hit the truck anymore, or it might blow up. There'll be a slight time loss.
Usually, if you were looking behind and traveling a certain speed, then stuff doesn't spawn in front of you. But obviously, rain and whatever else.
Yeah, it could be.
Cause it to spawn. Since you don't exactly get much, you don't exactly accelerate very fast.
Yeah, that was kind of an embarrassing drive up that hill, but we got it. We got through it. I got plenty of time here, so it's not a problem. It's just, yeah.
The damage is more of an issue.
Yeah. So after this mission, I'm going to be def warping. So I'm going to activate the bomb even before I get there, so it blows up quicker, much sooner, and just basically hit myself towards this tank that blows up. So hopefully the ambulance will be unlocked. We will see.
Yeah, 30% chance, so essentially 1 in 3 will be unlocked.
Oh my god, it's open, I can't believe it.
Unbelievable.
I swear I'm not
OC,
scripting.
what's the most amount of ambulances you've had locked in a row?
Probably 4.
4? Nice.
Something like that. But I mean, after like 3 I just give up and
Yeah, just sack it.
fuck it. Alright, so we're gonna keep this vehicle here. And here's this mission that was actually giving me some trouble recently, but hopefully it's going to be alright. What I'm talking about is, when I was practicing, I was just basically doing runs. Nobody said I wouldn't, I wouldn't be bothered, just keep going. And this issue came up that in fog, it's really, really hard to see the Colombians on the ship. I'm not sure if it's my eyesight or my monitor or something, or just me being bad, but thankfully the weather is seemingly clear, so hopefully no problem is going to arise from it. Unless it just...
people always wonder why I don't do the strat where you stand on top of the car, and it's because there's one guy where like, I can see the heads just fine, but there's one guy where it's like just pure guesswork as to where he is. There's maybe like 1 pixel of his head that you can see, and there is no way I can pick that out, especially in fog. Like, not a chance.
Yeah, true, there is a weather skip. I've just not mastered it yet, Rock. One day. But
It is really hard, to be fair.
I was just, practicing like foggy shots, so should be fine. I'm gonna park the car a little bit differently here, because I need to get back into it fairly quickly and save a replay over a rampage.
Oh, the shotgun rampage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So pretty tight timing. It's gonna drive all the way to alleyway before the cutscene plays. Otherwise, if he's too slow, he'll be on mission 0, and then he won't be able to make a replay without picking it up.
I think I killed him. Okay. So you basically want to do like, you know, first hit everyone. It's kind of a weird mission because depending on your on the way you kill them. So it's not even like depending on your speed, but depending on like what order you kill them, 8-ball can, you know, do it quicker or do it slower, because if you don't kill like specific people in time, you'll just hide behind the crate and stuff. But yeah, if you get them first try, it's all good. But sometimes even if you like miss one, you'll like miss that one person that will not slow him down, so you will just not have enough time to save the rampage replay, so you gotta be careful with that. So I'm gonna use the ambulance to rampage start this. Or sorry, yeah, well, you know, gonna use the ambulance to have a mission flag 0 rampage. So this is the final. Well, actually, I guess it's not the final Portland mission. There's still Sayonara Salvatore. That's still technically a Portland mission. This is looking to be a 9:30. That's all right.
Pretty good.
So the way you can determine it is, once you pick up the mission, the time when Salvatore leaves Luigi's club depends on, you know, when you entered the mission. So I think it's like 1 hour 30 plus. Is it 2 minutes? It's 2 minutes. I think 2 hour 30 plus, right? Can't even remember right now.
Yeah, so if you enter at, say, like...
Yeah.
If you're going to enter at, like, 18:55, it will then round it up to the hour and add 2:30.
Yeah. So if you happen to pick up a mission at whatever hour and 1 minute or anything above that, then kind of unlucky, because it's going to round it up to the next hour and you'll lose time. So that's why we like to fake time. I guess you want to talk about faking time?
Yeah, so in GTA 3, if you play a replay, it kind of like resets the second ticking over. So if you can just keep the in-game clock at the same second by playing a replay within a second, like the time frame of a second ticking over. So if you feel like you're not going to make it in time, say if you're at like 55 seconds as you're driving on the boat, then what you can do is just keep playing replays every like 0.8 seconds or so, and it'll keep the in-game clock at the same point to guarantee that you don't have to wait an extra minute in Portland. So there are like real 9:30s and then like fake 9:30s. The only difference is that the real 9:30 doesn't use replays.
Yes.
It's fake. But obviously real 9:30s are preferable, because whenever you play replays, you're losing time like in the run. Because obviously like the game isn't progressing while you're in a replay. But it's only slightly slower. It's better to get a fake 9:30 than a real 10:30, for example.
Yeah, because you won't be like losing exactly a minute, but just
exactly.
You know, a couple of seconds. Also, if let's say you're like a little bit late for this mission, you could still like hold time for you know, Salvatore to leave the club later, but like it only affects in-game time, like the you know, the clock time. It won't affect rampage timers and such.
Yeah.
That's a whole another story. I'm going to wait here a little bit, picking up the rocket rampage, just to be safe.
Yeah, this is basically just chaining rampages, again, as you've seen quite a lot. Like, instead of in like Vice City, for example, where you can set up like huge dupes with replays themselves, a lot of the time in GTA 3, it's just picking them up during missions and then timing them so they'll expire at specific sections. So this will be set up so OC will have the rampage expire just as he...
Oh, okay. Wrong class. Ooh,
me.
that was...
Yeah. goodness me.
Oh.
Yeah, so
You really
he
don't want
wants
to flip this
finish-
car here.
Yeah, it's really bad. He wants to finish Sayonara Salvatore, and then go and start under surveillance just as the rampage timer expires. And then he can start under surveillance twice, and then dupe and fail it, the same as you've seen for the other missions in Portland. But
So-
first he needs to go to the ammunition, because obviously you don't want to use a rocket launcher, but you can just grab a weapon and it'll replace the rocket launcher. So you can use it easy for this.
Yes. Because, like, with the rocket launcher, it would be kind of hard to mega jump. Don't know, I've never tried it, but
it would be
slightly impossible.
Yeah, slightly impossible. Yeah. Another reason why the rocket rampage in specific in particular is so good for this is because it's like a vehicle destruction rampage, kind of similar to the grenades one. So it doesn't spawn triads that try and kill you during this mission. So like if you're waiting there and you use the other rampage, then you can get your car stolen or beaten up or shot by the triads, which is not good. So yeah, he mega jumps over, then he's gonna mega jump again, just to the end. There you go. And then, as you can see, it's just in time to start under surveillance, and he just waits for the rampage to run out. Starts it again, then mega jumps to death warp, and that will pass under surveillance.
And I'm going to be using the ambulance again to rampage start the mission yet again. The reason for this is because I've just death warped, and you know that's the only way to dupe the mission, and I don't have any weapons. But we, you know, conveniently saved the replay over the rocket rampage, so we can just activate that with the paramedic. So we have a mission flag 0 rocket rampage. Now we can use that to like basically make this mission a laughing stock. It's just really easy to do like this. One note about Sayonara Salvatore: you want to shoot, like basically when they're coming out of the club, you want to wait just a tiny bit, because if you don't, then there's a chance that a mafia dude will like spawn inside the wall. You don't want that. So just wait a little bit and then start shooting into the chest of the mafia dudes. Like just basically keep shooting their chests, and then it should be smooth sailing. But if you like shoot their heads or limbs or whatever, it will not work. So shoot in front of the boat.
You can also crit people, which is really awkward usually. So
Sorry?
you can also, if you shoot them in like the limbs, you can crit them as well.
Oh yeah.
Which then has like a weird animation, and that can like delay the people coming
Yeah.
out.
So from now on, it's going to be fairly straightforward. One more thing I'm going to be doing is attempting to get 30k rockets. So the way that works is, if you are in a replay as the rampage is running out, the game cannot take your ammo away. So for every like rampage, you're actually getting 30,000 ammo for like any weapon that you have to do the rampage with. So by spamming replays, I can trick the game into thinking I'm in a replay while I'm, you know, well, basically I'm just gonna be in a replay as the rampage runs out, and that will hopefully grant us all the ammo we need in this run.
Yeah, it's not a big deal if he doesn't get it. He'll just have to lose some time.
Oh wow, that didn't work. What the hell? It was like playing. Oh yeah, I think I spammed F1 just a tiny bit too fast.
Yeah, it looked a bit
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, because like, yeah, the problem is that I want to like press F3 and then skip it with F1, press F3, skip with F1. Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. I'll just have to buy some rockets that fail. It's not like a huge deal. It's just a couple seconds.
Yeah, it's not a run killer. Obviously, he'll lose some time because he has to buy rockets after arms shortage, but it's like not a big deal. It's not like reset worthy or whatever, unless you're going for really good times.
Yeah, I mean normally I would probably reset over this, but it's fine. It's not really the end
When
of
you're
the
going
world.
for like, you know, top 5 and stuff like that, like Overcooler would be aiming for, then it is quite a big deal. But in a marathon run, it's not the worst thing.
So what I've just done, I've saved the replay over a bribe star. I'm going to be using that later in specific missions where you get some cop attention, and basically in replays you can, you know, pick up rampages, you could pick up many things, and including those are also bribe stars. GTA 3, it's a GTA 3 exclusive. You can only do this in GTA 3. Hence, this is one of the better GTA speedruns. So, like, if you have any problems with the cops, just hit F3 and then you're basically gotten rid of your wanted level. It's pretty good. There are several missions where it comes in handy. But yeah, from now on it's gonna be fairly straightforward gaming. Not gonna be, there's gonna be no crazy, rampage chaining and such insta passes.
Yeah, there are a couple of like dupe and fails you can do, but a lot of the time they're not worth it, especially in the end game. Like for example, espresso to go would be really cool if you could just dupe and fail it, but there's no good setup that anyone has found that is being faster than just doing the mission. Because you, as similar to Salvatore's called a meeting, you have to spawn all of the stalls. The stalls. You have to spawn all of the stalls.
Oh yeah,
in order
that'd
to
be
set it up.
awkward.
But yeah, you would have to find a way to like start it, fail it, and then dupe and fail it. So it's just there's no good setup for it. So it's better to just do the missions normally.
So this is going to be a little bit, less ideal here, because normally I'd just be shooting the window with a rocket and then it takes a couple seconds, the entire mission. But here I have to throw a grenade and I missed.
Yeah, when you have 30k rockets, you just use them for everything because you can just decimate.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate, but not the end of the world. Just gonna leave a little package for them that blows them up and drive off.
A lot of people fail that. I'm not quite sure how. Like, I guess if anyone's listening who might usually struggle with that, like the reference is literally to just
just drop one.
Left click and just drop it at your feet, and McCaffrey will drive right into it. Like people seem to overcomplicate that massively, but you just drop it, just click forehead. Like don't move, don't aim.
Just click.
Just click. That's it. And he will drive into the grenade as it explodes.
Yeah, I've seen some wild solutions to it, such as using the M16 with the controller. That was painful to watch, but
just press right trigger or whatever the button is on controller. It's not hard.
So normally what I would be doing here is I want to like park the Banshee at the gate and then start shooting with rockets. But since we don't have that, we're gonna have to do the old strat, which is getting up on the top of the
intended strats, like grabbing the rockets at the top
and then just shooting them from here. It's not that much slower. So there's gonna be two guys here.
It also means you don't have to worry about the double explosion stuff, which is nice.
So we're just gonna. How much should I buy?
Arm shortage.
I'll probably get like two rockets.
I think, yeah. And then just use grenades for the stalls in.
Yeah.
To go. But yeah, with the fast route that OC mentioned, you can get I guess like ganked almost, like ambushed from either side if you get double explosions. So you have to shoot the cars in a really specific way in order to avoid it. But with this, you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, I'm sure 11 rockets is more than enough.
Should be fine.
Yeah. I don't remember if you can buy 3 and still have enough money for the exchange. So
you can, but I made the mistake of in practice I have unfortunately died and lost my rockets, and I went to buy one again, and I didn't have enough money after that. So yeah, I think 3 is the limit.
Yeah.
So in case something happens, I can still buy one set of rockets without having to pay extra, like getting a fire truck or something to get money.
Yeah, good point. Or doing like USJs or something.
Oh yeah, that would be right up my alley.
Yeah. Practice for the race.
Oh yeah, I think it's better to just not practice for that race. Just wing it. Just do it.
Just do it.
Not to be confused with the old "just do it" meme. I didn't mean that. I just meant just do it. Who was it? Shia LaBeouf?
Yeah. I remember the run that I learned Vice City on was actually back when that meme was like super prominent.
Oh god.
MH did a run PSA and had that on the MP3.
I remember that run, yeah.
Yeah, it drove me insane, man. Yeah. This is like one of the most notorious missions in the game. especially in speedruns, because you essentially need to like pick up evidence from this podcast. He can drive absolutely anywhere.
Okay, he hit the tree.
Sometimes just right into a tree. Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. So you basically just need to hit him, and ideally he wants to drive towards the south where Donald is, or like west from here. But sometimes he can drive like all the way up past the stadium. It's tragic.
Nah, that was alright.
But yeah, this isn't too bad. Having it near Kenji's place is pretty decent.
Ooh, I can already see a car I'd like to get.
And then yeah, you want to find a decent car. And Furnace is good because you need to torch the current one.
Oh, okay. They're gonna like drive off. Like the burning car usually drives off. So, ooh, okay, we're fine. It's kind of risky. Like it's you know less risky to just get the car first and then blow up the car that you have. But I like to go a little bit quicker there.
I once had it where I did like pretty much exactly as you did there, but a random shopping lady came along and kept trying to hijacking me out the car. Just yeah. Ever since then, I just decided to grab the car first. I was sick of dealing with just like random old ladies pulling me out of my car when I'm trying to be fast.
Yeah. I have to grab a Colombian cartel cruiser, and I'll be using it for the next 3 missions basically. Well, I only need it for 2 missions, but I might keep it for 3 if I can't find a better car.
Yeah, it depends if you can get something decent.
So I'm gonna be despawning traffic, but only until I get to this place, because this is where those are most likely to spawn around the construction site area.
Yeah.
So
this can also be a run killer if you're unlucky enough, because
but it's a blue bob cruiser. I don't know, confused cartel.
Probably.
I don't know, I can't remember anymore.
I could grab like a banshee and go like, "Oh, thank you for this nice gift." Like, I'm fucking mega blind.
Yeah, I just remember.
Fucking mega blind.
Yeah, I just remember someone once picking up a blue bobcat, thinking.
I imagine several people have probably done that. Yeah. Oh, Josh, apparently the thing needs refreshing.
Thankfully, I'm not dropping any frames today.
Josh, yeah.
So not on my end, thankfully.
He's done it.
Yeah, no, sorry, I did it, yeah.
Probably not. Yeah, I'll have to shoot it with a rocket. Okay. Okay, it's alright. It's a second garage. I'll have to use 1 rocket. I really didn't have like anything else I could have used. In that case. That's just one thing I didn't really practice. You know, what if I don't get the 30k rockets? Because like, come on, it's easy. And then, oops. It happens.
Yeah, the 30k M16 is way harder, which you do in like speedrun, because you're on the same island, so the loading screen buffer is like half. So it's one of those strats which is like really rare.
Yeah, exactly.
The slower you have, the easier it is. Like the better hardware you have, the more difficult and less time you have to do it.
Yeah, like that's the main reason I picked up a pistol, because I was like, yeah, I would rather not try to get 30k. I even had like a very unfortunate accident with it before, where I was trying to glitch it. I was trying to, you know, replay 30k M16, and then it turns out that the replay was just short enough. So it was just long enough so that I was still picking up the rampage. So I just activated the rampage as I was trying to get 30k. So that's really good. But yeah, so yeah, if you're like playing on a hard drive, it's super easy to get 30k ammo with anything. Just literally just need another save, another like replay on another island, and that's it.
But then it also loses you a lot of time, like regardless. So it's safe but slow.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we never mentioned it, that you probably should play on an SSD, or you could also use RAM disk. I don't really like...
RAM disk is like optimal, but it's also kind of a pain in the ass to set up.
Yeah.
Most people nowadays have an SSD.
I always had issues with RAM disk, but apparently RAM disk is still faster than SSD, so if you really want to be quicker, then...
Super optimal.
I guess there's that option. So here I'm not gonna bother going up, I'm just gonna shoot 2 rockets and then he's dead. I'm gonna go grab the Infernus here, because that's a pretty good car. So where you want to aim is basically like I use the lamp, or like the light as a reference there. Just shoot one side and then shoot the other side, and then that's it. pretty easy.
Yeah, I think there's like 5 or 6 different references for that, but most people seem to use either side of the light and then just check for the blood, which when you know Kenji's dead.
My reference is like a car blowing up. If like a car blows up on that top floor, then he's dead.
Yeah.
Oh shit, it's kind of rainy.
Yeah, because usually, if I'm not mistaken, the actual explosion from the rocket doesn't kill him. It'll like hit him, and then
as the
chain
car
reaction
explodes.
from the car is what kills him. Yeah.
So on this mission, I'm not really in a hurry, but I actually happen to have the fastest car in the game, so I guess that's convenient. I can spend some time messing about. I'm just gonna drop by at ammunition, get heated, because, well, I might even get some extra grenades just in case, because I'll be needing it
you've
for.
got plenty of money.
Yeah.
Even with spending an extra 50 grand on rockets, like this game gives you so much money. You need 500,000 at the end in order to pay the ransom to unlock the last mission, but yeah, like the game gives you so much that 500k is nothing.
The main reason you want to drop by here is because you want the Uzi on Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, you want to drive by the guys because they have AKs and M16s, which is kind of scary.
So yeah, get some extra time. I can take it very slowly.
Pardon it mentioned about Espresso to go snipe. Guess you're not doing that.
No. It's not. It's
Essentially,
something.
all that would be is setting up a glitched car next to one of the stalls, and then you would snipe it rather than
Yeah.
blowing it up later on. It's a very minor optimization.
Yeah, I did not practice that one. I've never actually done it. It's yeah, basically, you have to block the driver's side door of the car, and steal the car from the other side. But you know,
Yeah.
Claude will get into the car, get out right away, and then as the person gets out of the car, you can glitch it by tapping F1, and then just drive it to where the stall would be on E2G. It's just something that it's an oversight. I even forgot about practicing it. So
Yeah. The glitching the cars works exactly the same as in Vice City in terms of execution.
the problem
Or
is
in
that you
some
can't
theories,
shoot them. Yeah, because they just drive off.
Yeah, if you shoot a car in Vice City, eventually, like if you put enough bullets into them, they'll stop. Whereas in GTA 3, they just drive away no matter what, so you can't interrupt them that way.
There's actually a faster strat here, but it's like if
Not practical at
yeah.
all.
If you want to do it, then go ahead. It was originally my idea, and then Blacklift started testing it, and it turned out to be working just fine. The idea is that you would basically drive through this route that I'm driving right now, and record a replay of it. The problem is that like there's 0 reference points you can use, pretty much, because you're in the middle of the river. So I don't know. It's not feasible, but it is faster for sure if you can get it. Someone has done it in a run before, I'm pretty sure.
I know Carl has done it in runs, I think, but I don't know anyone else. So maybe maximum 2 runners have ever done it in a run.
Whoa. Okay. The waves threw me off a little bit there.
Yeah, it can mess up the camera. It can be very awkward because the waves just go right through the top of the jetty. Black Lives said they did it once in a run, but never in practice.
Oh, okay.
The classic, like you practice a strat and never get it, and then just go for it once in a Hail Mary run and get it.
I think the idea was just, you know, do it in dead runs where it doesn't really matter anymore.
Yeah. Or maybe runs where like you feel like you can't PB, but if you get this, then you can. As you said, like I guess that falls under dead runs, right? The same thing.
Yeah.
Like you need to salvage it by doing this strat.
So we're done with that mission. You could saw me, you know, what am I doing? You could saw me just basically getting rid of the 5-star wanted level. So that's one of the most convenient uses of it. Of course, well, it's doable without it as well. It's not too bad actually. You just have to deal with a couple of FBI dudes. So it's definitely doable. Can I ask you what my time is currently?
I'll check the stream. You're currently at 49:10.
Oh, that's actually not too bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. I don't know what a good reference is for Grand Theft Auto, but
Here, like,
know.
on this drive, I just have weird reference points. I don't know, like, when I have time to look
Yeah.
at my timer, I'm around, like, 47, 48 at this point, so 49 is alright.
yeah, my references in GTA 3 are also very weird.
Like, yesterday I was on PB pace, I was at 48 on the drive towards the bridge, so I guess I'm doing alright.
Yeah, this is decent. Definitely still like sub 110. Sure. What's your PB again? 107?
Yeah, it's freaking over 2 years old now, I really need to PB.
Yeah, like new route and everything. You should be able to
Yeah.
do it pretty soon.
So yeah, I'm just, you really want to run over the first dude because he has an M16 and he can just blow your car up in like a second.
M16 is the most broken weapon in this game.
Yeah, we
by
just
a
call it the
mile.
OP gun, because...
Yeah, it fires like a laser, and you can destroy a vehicle in what, 4 bullets, maybe 5? So like
a
if that
vehicle,
guy
I think
shoots
it's...
you,
Isn't like 20 bullets, but it just shoots so quickly that it's...
oh, it shoots so quickly. Yeah, probably. The point is, he can kill you in half a second if you don't
Yeah.
knock him over instantly. So you got to be really careful.
I think the the funniest thing is when you disable the frame limiter in GTA 3 and Vice City, and then especially Vice City, the heli gun on Phnom
Yeah.
Penh is just crazy. It's the same thing as here, just speed up, I think. Because
And now you'll see that OC is flying the dodo. You may think
Oh, yeah.
you played this game casually that he's not supposed to be able to fly it.
I don't know, it's so natural to me. I
essentially-
forgot to even mention that. Yeah, you can fly the dodo, I guess.
Yeah, you can fly it. The controls are good, and like there is a very high skill ceiling, I would say, in order to master. Like, if you try and fly this like without any kind of prior knowledge, you will probably just kill yourself instantly. Like I remember when I was streaming this game, when I was doing it for Trilogy, like without any kind of knowledge, I just picked it up and went, you know, how hard can it be? And I just went straight into the ocean because the controls are very awkward. It's very difficult to fly this thing optimally, but it is possible.
Yeah, Ceiling Fridge,
yeah.
Ceiling Fridge has a really good tutorial on it. You should definitely go check it out if you'd like to know how to fly the dodo.
The backstory is this game was made, I think, like it was in development when 9/11 happened, and there was a bunch of stuff to do with the dodo, and I think there was even a mission where you were supposed to like kamikaze it into a building, or something like that. Anyway, the point is that after 9/11 happened, while this game was still in development, obviously Rockstar made a bunch of changes to kind of accommodate, so they didn't look like, you know, they were super. They were basically playing around the attacks.
I think that's not the
Because
case. The dodo was never meant to be flown. It's just they changed a flying route of a specific plane because it almost looked like it was going to crash into a building, or it may even like flew through a building at
Yes.
an early stage of the game. So
Fucking Ben spouting rehashed.
Is that a
rumors.
fake rumor? Really?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Have you watched
I've
the
heard that
Vadam
from
M
everyone,
video?
dude.
it's because it's a meme.
Watch the Vadam M video, dude.
Like the dodo 9/11 thing is all just a hoax.
yeah. You were
Oh,
never
well, I've
supposed to
been
fly
had. I have been had.
it. They never finished the plane shit in time, so they cut it.
They even cut the wings off. Literally.
I was just pretending.
The dodo is just a fucking car with the cars can fly cheat turned on.
It's a little bit different. It controls differently, or maybe it's just
Well-
the maybe the handling characteristics of it make it
Yeah.
handle differently. But yeah, basically, you want to know what you want to know is, in a plane, normally I guess you want to like pull up to go up. In this one, you want to go like push down to go up, because it's like momentum based. You want to build up enough momentum so that the you can just basically fly anywhere. Oh shit, it's a unlucky spawn there, but should be fine. So here, this is bait. It used to cause a lot of trouble, but thankfully we figured... Oh shit, I don't have enough speed, what the heck? Okay, well, I gotta gain some speed here. So it used to be a bit of a troublemaker because we couldn't really tell why we were getting like... Okay, I'm gonna do a loop here because I somehow didn't get enough speed on the takeoff.
Yeah,
So-
you need to clear over 2 different hills, so going
Yeah,
very
like
slowly.
it's
you're-
really, this place is super like high altitude, so
Yeah. This looks good though, it looks better.
So by touching the grass there, we're like manipulating the AI somehow, and they'll actually go to the location where we have to lead them faster.
Yeah, for some odd reason, like, I mean, they still can, but before the issue is that, like, usually one of the cars would just get stuck, and they would just never make it to the destination.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's kind of a dodgy flying right now because I lost my speed there, but yeah, should be fine still. Oh god, yeah.
But
Got a bit of too much speed here. A bit of SSU action here. Shoutouts to SH. Okay, I gotta turn around because you literally can't reverse in the dodo at all.
yeah, this is not so good. But OC did a really good job of like handling that well. Just hope he manages to get safe before the guys come.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Yeah, it should be good. That was a really good save. He's gonna make sure to not hit that shotgun guy because he's the guy that does like all the damage to these cars coming up. So if you hit him, it's a real problem.
This mission is really weird. If you're on foot and they get close to you, like out and about in the city, then they'll get at the car and you'll fail the mission.
Yeah.
You have to wait until the marker disappears, or like the car marker on the map turns green. That's when you can actually get out and shoot them. Before that, it's you really shouldn't do that. So okay, that went alright, thankfully. We're gonna go ahead and do the mission you were talking about before, Espresso to go. It'd be really cool if we had a skip for it, but unfortunately not. There's like the task for it. Well, there's like it's not really a task, it's like a super play. Some Japanese person has played through GTA 3 with an emulator, and it's funny some of the strats we actually borrowed from it, because it's just that good. And he was actually doing Dodo E2G, where he like crashed the Dodo into some of the stalls. It's just, I mean, pulling that off as a human being, it's just inhumanely impossible, I guess. It's not something.
You'd have to be dumb to try it.
Has anyone actually ever like recorded themselves doing it, like even in like IL practice? Because I'm pretty sure they haven't, right? Like even
well, I don't know.
IL runners haven't done it.
There might be someone in here that knows a little bit about it.
Yeah, man. If only someone had spent 5 hours solid one time trying it.
You did, of all fucking. You don't play
I
this game.
love
Why
the
would
Dodo.
you do that?
Dodo is the only good bit of this game.
Jesus.
I
I think
fucking
every
got,
single
like,
runner would disagree with you.
I got like 3 stalls, dude.
That's impressive.
I'm
That
like-
might be the most. You might have the world record for the most tasks.
Yeah, I managed to like skip having to cross a bridge at one point. So I flew from like one island to the other, so I did it faster than anyone else.
Alright, so I'm gonna go for the fastest vehicle in Portland, which is the Banshee. And I say broke all the windows and picking up the package, so it's any percent plus 1 package percent. So I'm gonna go on the Portland stalls. I'm just gonna crash into them. You can either crash into them or blow them up to get rid of the stalls. The Kappa cafe stalls or whatever. Kappa cafe, is that it? I don't know, something like that. Not the lore isn't quite clear to me anymore. I haven't played this casually in a long time.
They're spank stalls, right? That's what they are. Spank?
I think, isn't it like? Well, yeah, maybe it's just like this guy's does as a coffee stall or something.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
I'm pretty sure it's spank.
Yeah.
Josh has actually just sent me a video of the. This has almost 30,000 views, Josh. What is this?
Yeah, there you go. That's my successful attempt.
See, it was worth it. Every minute of it.
That literally took 5 hours of non-stop trying.
There you go. S says it's Kappa coffee cafe house.
Yeah.
My coffee
The
machine
product
is
that they
full
actually sell
power.
is Spank in the law. Yeah.
Shoutouts to Marco van Hannen. Oop, police officer. Oh yeah, you cannot actually despawn police officers. It's kind of unfortunate. That's the Police cars are the only vehicles you can't despawn in traffic. Oh, what the hell? I'm too far away. My reference points are off. Okay, that should be fine.
Yeah, it's tricky to do these grenade throws when you're so used to an attempt having
Yeah,
rockets.
like I said, I completely skipped over practicing without rockets. Good job, me.
There are references for all of the grenade
That's not
throws,
good.
but obviously if you don't,
Oh my
if you
God.
never use them, then
Okay, it even killed the dude, but didn't like blow up the stall. This one is the easiest one because like you just throw it at the wall.
if I'm not mistaken, that you have to like hit them like directly, like direct impact with the grenade or some shit, or like be that close. Like you can't just throw it next to the stall. You have to be like super.
I mean, I do have a couple rockets. I guess I could use some of them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I really, like you said, I never even crossed my mind that I won't be getting the 30k rockets. So
Yeah.
that's one thing I kind of skipped over, but that's alright.
Yeah. You can use rockets for the rest, right? You only need 1%.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it, so.
It's just so you get so used to having 30k rockets, it doesn't even cross your mind that you could potentially not have it. Oh yeah, someone was asking. Oh shoot. Okay, I missed the bridge cycle. That's unlucky. Mainly because of the
Just
grenades.
Random. Literally nothing it could do.
Or I could have just drove off the bridge, I guess, as it was lifting up. And say, I hate this game. So yeah, there's 2 more stalls. I guess when you're first playing it, casually, it could be a little bit confusing as to where the hell these stalls are, but it's
Yeah,
a really
this mission
easy.
is cruel, really cruel to casual players, especially because there's no map in the game. Like, if you were to play it on console, then you would get a like a map, usually in the actual game case, right, that you could use. But on PC, you would have to just like Google a map, and in that case, you might as well just Google the stall locations.
Actually, Ben, when this game was released, it was in a disc, on a box.
Yeah, and you
Get
would
a
get the
map
map.
as well.
That's what I just said that. Hello.
On PC.
Oh, okay, the original PC copy.
Come
Oh yeah, because they
on.
didn't release it on Steam until like years later, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know why I said that. I have a physical copy of GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas like 2 feet away from me right now. Because I bought all the Australian versions to see if we could use it for runs. I wasted $5 on this, dude.
Jeez.
Do I have a map? Let me see.
Uh-oh.
This is when you know how boomer this is. There is an install disc and a play disc. That is mega boomer.
Okay,
Do I have a map?
I got lucky there. Could have ended pretty bad if it was actually upside down, but
I
thankfully.
do. I have an official map. Hell yeah.
Put it on your wall, dude.
And a game guide.
What's on the other side of the map? It's probably some nice art.
Yeah, it is. It's the guy with glasses. I don't remember his name. The guy with the shades on in like the front pit. Oh no, it's the whole crew.
Guy with shades. Isn't it's just like a random mafia dude?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, there's actually 2 different box arts too. I think like the European is the one that's with the white background, and the American is the one with that looks more like the Vice City box art with like a broken up image with like
Yeah,
drawings.
the one that I bought like as a kid had the white background. This might even be different to the US one. This has it's red and it has a stallion on the front. It says like GTA 3, and it has like a crosshair of a guy getting like held hostage. That might be like an Aussie specific thing. This is
Oh
an
yeah,
Australian version
I
of the
think I
game.
know that which one that is.
Yeah.
Alright, anyways, this is SAM. I'm going to be... Well, I'm gonna have to...
Wasn't this strap stolen from the TAS as well?
I think so, yes.
Like, or at least like they did like a version of it and we kind of took it.
Yeah. So I have to pick up armor just because I unfortunately damaged myself with the car explosion. I'm gonna just yoink this here. and then move on to the dam. So it's a little bit more tricky to take off from here, but yeah, we'll see. That's why I don't like doing this, but it's not the end of the world. You just have like a smaller runway basically to take off from here. Oh, okay, that kind of threw me off, but alright, should be fine. So, but yeah, you gotta be careful. You wanna make it on time. You already want to be there at like 140 or something, just to be sure. Maybe 130 at the latest.
I think the reference for the shot is like 117
yeah.
when it comes into view, so
yeah.
being at the dam with a good like 20 seconds also, because you want to ideally get a car, which you can use to pick up all the packages, because you can actually pick them up like in a vehicle just by running over them instead of having to like slowly run around the dam.
Here I'd like to pick up a vehicle so I can just quickly go back to the dodo, but recently I haven't had any luck with it, so not sure if that's happening. You want something that's not huge and slow. Police car would have worked, but oh well. Oh no, I'm not taking that. Okay, I guess whatever, we're going on foot.
Yeah, I don't know if a Yankee would have even been worth it because of how slow
yeah,
it is to accelerate.
I'd rather not try it.
Yeah. It's going to do a reference here, look all the way up just by holding W, and then shoot at the right time, about 117. You can either use the timer, or you can just use it like when the plane comes into view. That's what I use. And then the whole point is to use that reference if you're too early or too quick, then the spank will go like down on the other side of that wall.
Yeah.
You can hop over one way, but you can't hop over the other, so you have to run all the way around. And then if you're too late, they'll fall into the dam site, which is even worse. But you've got to like be, you've got to pick your moment perfectly.
So this takeoff might be a little bit tricky, because this is against what you would normally do. You have to like pull up, but unfortunately I hit the lamppost, so I gotta try again here. Like the best advice best advice I can give with dodo is just like literally just fly around, just land at random places, try to take off from random places. If you feel like you can land anywhere and take off from anywhere, then you're good to go. Like, don't just try to replicate what you see in runs, just try to fly around and see really how the dodo works.
Yeah, it's all based on feeling. There's a lot of like reflex and muscle memory coming into it. Like, it sounds dumb with like, how do you learn to fly the dodo, but it's literally just as simple as just flying around and putting yourself in kind of weird situations and figuring out how to how to recover from it, basically. Like, when I was learning dodo bait, I remember there was one time where I was like practicing for hours and hours and hours to do the final turn, and then one day it just clicked,
Yeah.
It just kind of clicks as to how to recover.
Yeah, it does take some getting used to for sure.
Yeah, and then like from then, once it kind of clicks, you can just pretty much like you've ascended at that point, and from there you can usually recover like anything that goes bad.
So we're coming up to the final mission now. I am going to be using the dodo for this.
Arguably, some would argue that this is actually harder than dodo bait, this specific strat here.
Is it?
It is very tricky. Some would say. I would definitely say it's harder than dodo bait. I don't go for it in runs.
Yeah, flying can be a little bit tricky because you have to...
Managing your speed is hard.
You want to try to hit like a specific... you have to like hit a little intrusion on the top of the dam. Like the dam building, and then you want to crash into it to slow it down. Because you just don't have enough, place to land it properly. So... you want to like take off here and then try to slow down a little bit once you've taken off, and then increase.
Blacklet agrees that this is the hardest dodo trick.
I guess. Yeah. Flight
you
isn't
just need to make sure that you
quite
don't
right
go
here.
too fast.
Slowing. I'm kind of slow here.
Low.
Gotta hit a specific. Okay, I think I screwed it up. Yeah, I didn't fly low enough. I'm gonna have to do crash change.
It's fine. No. The good thing about this is, as Overcool said, like
I don't think I don't think it worked, right?
No, the guys didn't
No.
spawn, I don't think. Yeah,
Okay, I'll have to do crash change. Because, like, what you want to do is you have to, like, fly low enough so that these guys here spawn, but I didn't spawn them by accident.
Yeah,
So-
and then you just walk to the stairs and hit the trigger for the cutscene.
Yeah, so the way you do it is just save a replay here, and then blow it up in the replay, and then it's done. And time stops at...
Once again,
Now.
Maria. GG.
Alright.
So yeah, sub 110.
Yay, what's the time?
Let's see what the time. I'm gonna wait for the speed control to catch up. 109:48 was.
That's alright.
It's good. I think, 110 is a really impressive time to do in a marathon environment, regardless.
It's
Even with
a
the-
relief because my practice with the game was just absolutely, it went horribly. So I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, this won't happen in the marathon. This won't happen, and thankfully it did not. So it went all right. So yeah, that's GTA 300%. Thanks for watching. Thanks Iban for the commentary and Josh. And
helped.
and there you go. The game crashed. That's why we call it crash change.
Yeah.
So I guess we could talk about it a little bit, right? Like
Yeah, we're like half an hour ahead right
Yeah,
now.
so-
anything you want to do.
Okay, so normally we would basically land on top of the dam with, the guys spawned. So if you fly low enough, you can spawn the guys, and then you can just basically walk onto the stairs, activate the cutscene, blow up the helicopter, and then just go to Maria. This strat is a little bit slower, but it's a good backup, I suppose, because I missed that trigger, and the way it works is Paranid's gonna shout at me.
Yeah, I'm glad you're explaining this and not me.
I think the heli is it has collision in the replay, so that's why we can actually blow it up in the replay. Because normally that heli is just there before the cutscene. It doesn't have collisions, so that's why you can't blow it up. But once you look at it in a replay and then shoot it in a replay, then it blows up. And Maria,
According to what Paldinet is actually typing in the chat, he's saying that it's not about the collision, but it's not explosion proof during replays.
okay, there you go. And
So that, yeah,
Maria
that
just
explains
magically
it.
spawns and the game crashes, and that's why it's crash changed. So thanks for watching, and coming up next is Borhat with GTA 5, am I right?
Yes.
Correct.
Alright, should I stop streaming or take